Hi everybody. I'm Naledi. I'm a freelance writer. I'm really glad to be able to sit with you today. So thank you so much.
Hi, Naledi. We're
Hi there,
excited to
Melody.
have you. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, and so is my
So,
so
Fantastic.
is my cat.
is that a cat? Oh,
Yeah.
yay! Please pet the cat for me. So I want to start with a question for everybody. From what I've gathered, you do a lot of your voice acting in home studios. And the magic system in which Hat Atelier is set up in a way where it's fundamental that magic is done away from people's eyes. So, do you also record for the series at home? And how does that experience color your performances, given the fact that a lot of the magic of the series happens at home?
A
We
lot
do
of what
not
we
record at
record,
home.
a lot of what we
However,
record for this show
But
is in studio, comma, but
but you're
we're in a
still
little
right.
room where no one looks at us. There's an
that is true.
And
engineer,
we don't
but
yeah, and we don't get to work together. Like we're all in our singular sessions.
It's a very interesting situation where we had talked about this a little bit, but um, you record and you work alongside you, the director and the engineer are shut away in this booth, and it's just you three in there. And you're working and you might hear some of the other people who came in to record before you, but it's just you three in that room. And you throw your voice out into the void and then you leave. And then for that week, it's just like, well, that's done. So the idea of the magic being created outside of people's purview, I think is exactly equated to this,
what
where
an
we create
incredible
it
analogy.
and then we toss it out into the world and we don't get to immediately see sort of the response to it. We come back to it once the episodes come out and see people's response to it. But in the universe, art being magic and this being our art that we create is such a one for one. So
In a
yeah,
way,
Yeah.
the process is incredibly hidden. The product is everywhere. So 100%. And I mean, these two are in Texas. I'm recording from LA, so I don't even see our director. Our
yep.
director, incredible director Emily, is just in my ears and is a disembodied voice. And so, yeah, it's such a strange thing that we do, sitting in a box and talking at a mic.
Yep.
But yeah, what that I love that question though. It really is such an
That
apt analogy.
yes, you
Yeah.
are dead on. I
Fantastic.
yeah, they nailed it. I have nothing to add.
Thank you so much. Like that was such a great answer from everybody, and it's really interesting, like the different kind of setups. Like I didn't realize that this was a series that you record in a booth and then you go home. So do you guys? So I mean, yeah, there's no, there's very little contact between voice actors. So I wanted to know how that affects, the relationship you have as colleagues and how that, impacts on the performances.
I
It's
think for
really Go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's really interesting because in this case, this is the first time I've spoken to Maddie for real with words.
Yes, yes, we
We have
have
not
never
before
spoken one
today.
to one with our faces and voices.
I
Yep.
met Josh for the first time in person this weekend. So
We've known each other for years now, but we haven't met in person until literally like a few days ago.
So it's
And
really interesting because, like, but there are members of this cast who I have not spoken to in any way whatsoever. I've
Same.
only heard their performances. And so, in a certain way, in my head, they are those characters.
yep,
Hmm.
Them as that character is like a separate entity from them as the actor, who I might not be familiar with whatsoever, which is such a weird, weird dynamic.
but
It's
all being
also
part of the same like family tree of
yeah.
being in Witch Hat. Like we're a family. It's a very specific and weird sort of family.
It's also a very interesting situation where if people do go in and record before you, as this relates to how it affects our performances, you can hear people sometimes if they have recorded sometime before you've gone in, when you go in for your takes. So you can react to their act. Uh, so it's a lot of knowing how they've read things in the past, if they haven't gone in, or you're setting the basis for them to react to later with their takes. It's acting is all about reacting, and
Why the
sometimes you're the
funniest,
setup, sometimes you're the second part.
which is why the funniest part in dubs is when you are reacting to nothing.
To
Mhm.
That's,
nothing.
It's a lot.
we gotta have big imaginations.
Um, we have 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna try and just
Rapid
um
fire. Let's go.
rapid fire. So I'm gonna start with Madeline because I have this really cool question. So in Sigils and Spells episode 7, you mentioned feeling nervous about being judged about your role, your voice acting performance as Agate. How has the sense of anxiety about your craft, which I might add you've been doing for a long time, has that brought you any closer to the character, given the critical inner voices that she has about her own magic?
Oh,
That's such a good question.
absolutely. Absolutely, yes. Oh my goodness. I said so if I don't know if y'all watched the Sigils and Spells episode that I did, but
Hmm.
I mentioned that when I found out that this dub was going to be in Emily Fajardo's hands, I immediately like let go and let God. Like, great. I cannot imagine this project in better hands. And I turn my audition in like no matter what choice Emily makes, it will be the right choice. And I fully believe that. And I've always believed that about working with her. So now the challenge is now I have to believe that I was the right choice.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm feeling, yeah, which is that's a me problem. That's a Maddie problem. Uh, it does it does help certainly to go in and see my little baby girl and know how self-critical she is and knowing what that feels like and knowing how gutting that can be. Like we are our own worst critics and they may be speaking through different voices in her head, but it's still in her head. Man, that's a really good
Uh,
question. I'm gonna
I
dwell on that for a while.
I just have to say, your performance as Agate is it's brilliant. It's
It
brilliant.
is so good.
Like,
Thank you so
yeah.
much. Thank you so much.
Um, Anjali, there was a story you told in an interview about Pokemon, specifically not about the show, but about the erasure of your cousin's data on the Game Boy. My question is, given how devastating that must have been for the both of you, is that experience something you might draw upon when thinking about the terror of memory erasure in which Hat Atelier?
These questions are incredible. You know,
I'm scared
that
for my question
that
now.
didn't occur to me until this very moment, but I think you might be right. I think some part of me deep down inside must be channeling that pain and trauma. Just thinking about the possibility of losing my memories about magic and something that I love. Like I love that Pokemon game. Yeah, I
Hmm.
really do. I do think you're right on the money there. I completely agree.
I feel your pain. So Joshua, when Qifrey shifts between being a warm, caring teacher and something a bit more guarded and secretive, how do you decide like, what kind of emotion to reveal through tone? Like, how do you make him scary, basically? Because he gets terrifying.
The fear comes from the dichotomy, I think. It doesn't just come from him being loud, it's menace. It's not terror. It's the act of him being so warm and cuddly at one moment and being able to flip on a dime, say at the end of episode 5, where he's calm for a while. He's calm and just having a conversation. And then in literally a second, it's music cut out, ringing in the ears, and flat affect. It doesn't need to be projected. It doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be present. And I think presence and the act of like I'm confident enough to not have to raise my voice to make you afraid about this. I think that's where it comes from. That's where the fear comes from. That plus him being able to do it on a dime.
Um, Guys, thank you all so much for just, yeah, Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Amazing
Thank
question.
you. Killer
I had
question. Oh my gosh.
so many more. I had
I'm
so many more,
sure.
but I have to go. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you
Email
so much.
I love your good questions. Email me.
Please, 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 please.
I'm so for real.
Me too.
But no, thank you so much.